What is your dream job? I don't know, and I really wish I knew. I'm 48 and still have no idea. Currently have a job that pays the bills and have the best manager I've ever had, so it's enough for me. Would love to find my passion and gift though. This sort of comforts me as a younger person than yourself. Not knowing it is absolutely fine. You don't have to know. It can make you want to experiment more and gain more experience and go through different life adventures that you would have missed out on, had you chosen a specific path. If you're okay with what you have, I think you're doing awesome. Keep it up. You're the best. Smile. As a younger person, it only brings me depression, because I have no idea what I want to do with life. And everything I've tried to do until now only led to more disappointment. Here is my 2 cents. What you are good at, what you want to do, and how you make your money are not always going to be the same thing. For me personally, what I am good at has a lot of crossover to how I make my money. What I want to do has very little to do with how I make my money. I am fortunate enough that my career allows me the flexibility and financial security that I can do what I want to do enough to make me happy. I'll give you the guy that runs my division at work. Pretty good boss, I like working for him and he is pretty good at his job. The company I work for has an annual Christmas charity event, and he and I were working together at this event. After some casual conversation, I found out he is a drummer in a band. They play a couple weekends a month. And my boss conducting rock. He makes no money playing the drums. But he loves it. And he gets to do it. Is he good enough to make money at it? Probably not. He is also a scratch golfer. Not good enough to make the professional tour either. Long story short, do what you love to do, and make your money how you can. A few years ago I would have said doctor. Now I am a doctor, so if I had to pick another dream job, I'm going wizard this time. Sounds like an origin story for Doctor Strange. Oh boy, I can only hope. Although I won't be texting while driving in my origin movie. You're a good doctor, Hari. Retirement. My teacher in 4th grade had us draw our dream jobs one day, and I drew a person sitting on the couch with retired written over it. She said I failed because I needed a job so I could be retired. I'm a stay-at-home dad with a sugar mama now. Checkmate. My 4th grade teacher used to yell at me for drawing when she was teaching. I'm an art teacher. Suck it, Mrs. Right. More like Mrs. Wrong. My very young son finishes all this work and tests fast so he can squeeze in drawings on the back or around the text, and the teachers has said so far are so wonderful about it. You reminded me I should appreciate them even more than I already do. Run a cafe or a small pub in Pretty Village. My dream job would be a coffee house with lots of nice books around that people can read, but I can't stand coffee and I'm terrible at reading, so it's a pretty silly dream job. There's just something about the aesthetic of it all that appeals to me. Sounds like you'd be selling the coffee and books instead of drinking and reading, so that doesn't sound very silly to me at all. Space bounty hunter. Stay-at-home dad without kids. House husband. I'd love to run a bookshop. My dream too. But I was an idiot and went to law school, so I now have student debt that will keep that dream from happening. Trust me, I know how it feels to have debt. I hope things work out for you and you get to where you want to be. Luxury travel critic. Would it include food too? If you dream it too, yes. Coral reef restoration. I love that the Japanese are seeding military-funded coral reefs. It's gorgeous and brilliant. Jp. Redevelop historic buildings in urban areas in a way that respects their unique features and history and also equips them to improve the surrounding urban fabric. Hey, I'm a city planner and this is what historic preservation planners do. Make it so. Wandering hobo that parents tell their kids to avoid but they don't listen, and so he guides them in saving their town from an ancient evil with awesome kung fu lessons and occasionally wise yet comedic banter. He also can fly with his beard like Ice King. So you want to be a movie character? Maybe. Missed opportunity to make your username relevant. Travel tester, I get to sample flights, hotels and trips. Is this an actual job? It is, but you essentially have to already be someone who travels for leisure all the time. It's more of a gig for people that already have money, then a way to make money on its own. Mad scientist. I want to engineer tissues for things like organ transplantation and improved cancer treatment. Giant robot can come later, but I married in me, so that's on track. I'm applying for my PhD. Wish me luck, I'm terrified. Owning my own used video game store selling only games that come from the PS2 Xbox era or earlier. Coffee and snacks available with a retro arcade in the back. Arcades seriously need to make a comeback. There are 2 or 3 arcade bars in my city. They're a lot of fun and most of the games are free since the money is made on drinks. COVID killed our only local arcade bar. It was amazing, they had probably 25 arcade games, all free to play, and a handful of gaming setups with N64 GameCube so you could get your Mario Kart or Smash Brothers on. It was fantastic and I hope they reopen someday. Either a helicopter pilot, an F1 driver, or an F1 pit crew. I want to be an F1 engineer. So far, I'm on my way to the goal by nearly finishing my degree in mechanical engineering and now I'm applying to graduate schemes at McLaren, Williams and some smaller supplier teams. I've spent 6 years preparing for this shit so it better be worth it, damn it. I hope you get it. I'm trying to take all the classes I can, get spots for stuff at my local track, and get a job as a mechanic before college so I can get experience and have a shot at it. To be a cat. Someone feeds you. You poop in a box that someone else changes. Lounge around in weird places. Claw people and it's okay because cats are cute. Yeah, it really sucks having to change your own poop box. Being a librarian or a bookstore employee, assisting with research, and writing articles. I am a librarian. I love it. I have been doing it for almost 3 years and am transferring to a small community library soon. It's really fun and rewarding. I am so glad to hear it. I am in science and have been working corporate for so long. I also have a postgrad diploma in library science but was never able to get a position at a library. I am going to try again. Thanks for your response. Professional sleeper. Maybe you could be the caretaker of an old building in a remote safe location, a place that only needs a warm body to occupy the building and notify owners in case of serious structural damage. That sounds like a good way to get yourself eaten by a giant snake. Water slide tester, I fear no slide. Edit, apparently you get paid around $70,000 per year. Running a combo of a winery, brewery and coffee shop at a beautiful location with easy hiking trails and fire pits outside, plus a built-in movie theater with laying around room and a room for playing board games, pool, skiball, some arcade games, etc. Also dogs are allowed and encouraged. There'd be snacks sold and some vendors could have trucks outside. So I run a brewery that has a winery license, coffee roaster across the street, in a touristy town with hiking trails. We have fire pits at the restaurant beer garden, and am literally sitting beside a stack of board games and golden tee golf. Dogs are allowed and encouraged. We tried the movie thing, but the licensing was expensive compared to the return. Look, all this shit is dope, and when the machine runs smoothly, it's an amazing feeling. I love having a community hub that people really enjoy going to and having a good time. People have met, dated, and gotten married under our roof. I've seen regulars celebrate their kid's 19th birthday and first legal beers here. But holy shit, the back end stuff is crazy as duck. It's an insanely capital heavy business. One day we bought a new fermenter, and our boiler broke. Bye any profits that year. Also this week, on the same day, our glycol chiller failed, boiler failed, canning line seams went out of spec, seamer index arm broke. All very stressful and grinds the place to a halt. I think there is room for more neighborhood spots like ours, but the era of the large brewery is gone. Nothing wrong with having a lifestyle business where you employ a handful of people, pay yourself a modest salary, and invest any profits back into the company. Growth is very expensive and risky. I'm not leaving this industry, as it's basically all I know. I would just caution anyone getting into it.